Mesa, Arizona is the first stop on the Major League Pickleball Tour for 2023. We had 12 teams to start. We now have 6 as we've reached the quarterfinal rounds. I'm Michelle McMahon alongside my partners today, Cameron Irwin and Adam Stone. Joining me in the booth, Dominic Catalano has us covered from the sideline, and we will dive into this matchup. It's a battle of the Northeast, the New Jersey 5's against the New York Hustlers. It's LeBron James's team in New York against Gary Vaynerchuk's team in New Jersey. We will begin with women's doubles, but first, let's take a look at the bracket of where things stand now. Of course, the Seattle Pioneers and the LA Mad Drops earning the bye. They finished unscathed, a perfect 3-0 at the top of all 12 teams. The Florida Smash and the Milwaukee Mashers will be playing after this one at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time. And then, of course, it's the New Jersey 5's taking on the New York Hustlers right here on Championship Court, starting at 3:30 p.m. Mountain Time, and we are here for the action. No shortage of energy on Championship Court. Let's start there. It's a lethal female combination of Anna Bright, her partner Lacy Schneemann, taking on Leigh Jansen and Anna-Leigh Waters, the #1 overall selection in this year's draft, featured on the screen. So let's start there on the New Jersey 5's. What are we looking for on their side, Adam?
Well, definitely, I've been talking about this throughout the tournament. When you have a more known quantity with some of the earlier draft picks, it usually falls on the, not necessarily weaker, but the lower drafted female or male on the particular team. So I think there is a lot of pressure on Lacy Schneemann. She has the ability to handle it, but how will she react to this incredible energy on Championship Court?
You know, and one of the things that she does need to have in her pocket is that she is somewhat of an unknown quantity. So the scouting report might be not as full against Lacy Schneemann, so she needs to use that to her advantage. Everyone does know she's got an incredible wrist. She loves to go inside out, run around, backhand. She's going to be partnered up with Anna Bright, though, who wants to take over the court. And I think Lacy Schneemann could be a very good pairing for her, just trying to stay steady in those dinks and let Anna Bright do her thing.
The crowd has been enthusiastic here on Talking Stick Resort Championship Court. Lacy Schneemann on your screen works a full-time job, a good full-time job at that. Also point out the fact that she's not 100% playing as a pro pickleball player. She's got a real job on her side. And Anna Bright, her partner, hand-selected Lacy Schneemann, as she shared on your podcast, Adam, on why she made that selection and what she saw in the upside of Lacy Schneemann. Anna Bright, the 4th overall pick in this year's draft. So dive a little bit deeper into what she shared with you on why Lacy was the pick for her.
Well, definitely, they both use the Yola paddles, so they have that connection. They've been to a couple events together. They've also done some practicing before this event. And, you know, as I mentioned, when you're the high pick of Anna Bright, she had a handful of ladies that she thought could pair well with her, but the upside and the athleticism of Lacy Schneemann is what caused Anna Bright to make that pick.
As we take a look at the head-to-head numbers, it is highly skewed against Anna Bright and Lacy Schneemann. Anna-Leigh Waters and Leigh Jansen, according to the numbers, should run away with this one, Cam.
Yeah, but you have to remember, too, what happened earlier today. The New Jersey 5's facing off against Simone Jardim and Elise Jones and what took place there. So potentially some differences now that Waters and Jansen are a little bit more warmed up. They are a dynamic duo for so many reasons. You know, you look at this duo and you think tons of firepower. You got Anna-Leigh Waters, the best backhand of the game, the best ball control in the game. And Leigh Jansen, it's almost as if she came to Mesa and said, I'm going to prove everybody that I deserve not only to be here, which everyone knows that she's a phenomenal player, but to win this whole thing. That's the only thing she has in terms of goals for this team.
To your point, Cameron, the New Jersey 5's have been tested and battle-tested. Perhaps that will serve them, especially if this one comes down to the Dreambreaker. And if that's the case, who do you think has the edge, Adam, in singles?
I mean, these could possibly be the top 2 singles teams on paper. New York Hustlers, you got Tyson, McGuffin, Anna Bright, Rafa, Hewett, Lacy Schneemann. There is no soft spot on any of these rosters, and there is several teams that do have a possible weak link when it gets to the Dreambreaker in singles. These 2 teams are not included on that list.
And we thank the Rockin' Protein Pickleball Center at Bell Bank Park for being a phenomenal host for the first stop of the Major League Pickleball Tour. It's been nothing short of exciting. The crowd has been engaged. all day long, all days long. You guys have been on the call for several days, bringing us all the pickleball action. And if you're new here, welcome. We begin with women's doubles. It's a match consisting of 4 games, women's doubles to start, then we'll go to men's doubles, and then a series of 2 mixed doubles matches. And then, of course, if we need, we will go to that Dreambreaker singles format. It is rally scoring, games to 21 points, win by 2. A couple of nuances we'll explain as we get there, but for now it is first serve on championship court, and Leigh Waters taking us there now, serving to Lacy Schneemann.
And you can already see Lacy Schneemann, just even on that return, how much she utilizes her wrist, already cocked back even on the return.
Anna Bright, her partner, on the serve to Jansen. Schneemann goes wide that time. Get the jitters out early. Sometimes these kind of matchups can bring that out early.
Yeah, very nice attack from Leigh Jansen. Schneemann a little late on her slide to her right for the backhand counter. Great pressure from Leigh.
That ball long, a couple of errors to start, and the New York Hustlers will take it, and the 1-point lead along with it. Lacy Schneemann goes for the rip unsuccessfully.
I mean, big time energy, big time match, obviously. Working out a couple kinks, like you said. You can't blame the ladies for being a little tight early on.
Big time energy, I like that. LeBron's team would not have it any other way. He's the ownership group for the New York Hustlers. Leigh Waters showing exactly why she was the #1 overall pick.
Well, and already you're starting to see where they might be targeting. I mean, this is just a beautiful shot from Leigh Waters, but that forehand side of Schneemann, can they get her in an uncomfortable position as she sits heavy backhand?
Leigh Jansen just too powerful on that one. The New Jersey 5's had control of that entire point.
Definitely, and nice power, and I think even more important than power was the placement. Obviously, wrong-footed her opponent there who hit the deck.
Into the net goes Anna Bright, so the New Jersey 5's coming up with some early momentum, Cam.
And so already you see Leigh Jansen again attacking up the line towards the direction of Schneemann. There's a big gap as she's trying to slide and protect and go with that backhand side.
Just shy of the net, the Hustlers will take the break and run with it.
Exactly right, Cam. And the thing is when you're a right side player and you slide to your right, it does put a decent amount of pressure on your partner to cover that middle.
Anna Bright picks apart the body of Leigh Jansen.
Exactly right, and we've seen Leigh Jansen with pretty reasonable success load forehand there, but a great job by Anna Bright really getting that into the rib cage. Nothing Leigh can do on that counter.
Schneemann to Waters.
And to your point too, she has the ability with that two-handed backhand to really shape the ball and direct that ball where she wants to into that cross court.
Just taking over that point. That's the offense we know and love from her.
Exactly, defense to offense. I heard Dom talk about that in the last match, and she just beelines. As soon as she makes that drop that she wants, she beelines to the middle of the court. Just too much to handle.
What a play and a firefight ensuing on the favor
and that's
of the Hustlers.
And that's a huge momentum shift for Lacy Schneemann to be in this rally, to have that contact right there, get them back into that is huge. She needs to be able to build off that.
Bright to Jansen on the serve. Anna Bright goes pace. What do you think?
Well, I think she came over a little too far to take that third, and then I think her decision to drive the next ball was a little suspect as well. You know she's going to pick it up. She's one of the best in the game.
Trailing by 3, make that 4 for the New York Hustlers.
Yeah, and I think after that previous shot, Michelle, you could see Bright's face and her reaction after those 2 shots. She'll clean it up.
Excuse me, trailing by 2. Waters wanting to get involved. She does.
Well, and that's a tough ball right there. One of the great locations to find is the left foot of an opposing dinker. It's really hard to pick up that foot and move it out of the way to create a shot.
A rare miss for Annalie Waters, and this remains a 2-point game.
Yeah, we've had a couple situations where nice control from the kitchen line where a player was kind of coming in hot looking for offense and some good mid-paced attacks from the opposing team.
Yeah, just a little bit of change of pace, and that seems like it's been a new development. At this level, it's not necessarily just that you're ripping the ball every single chance you get. It's all about placement and then the change of pace to kind of catch your opponent off guard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Cam. I don't care how hard and low you hit the ball with this kind of quality competition and opposition, you have to mix it up. They're just too good.
9-9.
Anna Bright loads up to serve to Leigh Jansen. Into the net goes Jansen. The New York Hustlers taking over the lead.
And this is where it gets interesting in terms of who's taking the third. Anna Bright's going to bring the pace, but Lacy Schneemann, if she's dropping, you have Anna Bright at the kitchen line.
Sails long. Schneemann wants that one back. The 5s tie this thing up once again.
Yeah, Cameron talked earlier in the broadcast about only a handful of ladies having that backhand flick. Leigh Jansen, one of them.
Missed chance for Anna Bright. Good defense, though, on the side of the Hustlers. And so the 5s, the first team to 11.
Yeah, quality ball control from all 4 ladies on court right there. Oh, we got the crime dog, Tyson McGuffin, getting the troops fired up. I love it.
Crime dog.
The crowd is locked in, engaged for these quarterfinal rounds. Mesa, Arizona, bringing the heat for our first event on the Major League Pickleball Tour.
You know, it's just an interesting anecdote, too, as you look at these 2 teams. It wasn't more than, what, a week ago that Annalie Waters was paired up alongside Anna Bright, winning the PPA Masters together. And it's also interesting, if you take a look at Lacy Schneemann, she's actually more comfortable on the left side. Traditionally, when she's playing women's dubs, she is on that left side. But when you have the threat of what Anna Bright brings to the table with that 2-handed backhand and just the dynamic play through the middle, it means that Lacy's going to be playing on that right. So she's done a fair job to this point. But that's also why she's favoring even more so that backhand. You see her picking up digs with that backhand, just dropping that paddle face down. So far, it's actually worked a little bit in her favor, how comfortable she is on that backhand side.
And this is as loud as I've heard it on championship court for this matchup. A Northeastern battle between these 2 teams, a 1-point game, as we expect it to be the entire way through. Jansen back to serve to Bright. A finesse shot gone wrong for Schneemann, and so the 5s create a 2-point gap.
12-10.
Annalie Waters speeds it up, catches Schneemann. Oh, off guard.
Yeah, they're just continuing to attack the body of Lacy Schneemann right now. They're finding a lot of success that direction.
13-10.
Leigh Jansen to Anna Bright. Schneemann steps in that time and finishes the backhand. And what was different for her?
Well, she hit that ball clean, but to be perfectly honest with you, I think Anna Lee's probably going to make that 9 out of 10 times. So a little bit fortunate for the Hustlers on that point. Stop it, ladies. My goodness. Unbelievable. All 4 players on the court with multiple touch shots and multiple power shots in that point. Great 2-hand roller from Anna Bright to seal the deal.
Tough ball to miss. 2-point gap again on the side of the 5s.
Yeah, she had a little chat with herself after that one. Been there.
Haven't we all? Schneemann holding her own, nearly every ball going in her direction.
Great movement right here from Schneemann and Bright. I love the way one is filling in for the other when they're pushed wide or pushed back. A phenomenal job covering that middle.
Hustlers keeping things close. Anna Bright leading that front. And the put away for Anna Bright makes it look easy. The energy is apparent on the side of the New York Hustlers.
Oh, yes, I love the celebration from Anna Bright. But as I mentioned, you got to be careful. You'll start seeing stars if you get too pumped up.
14-14.
Lots of money on the line for both teams. Schneemann with the serve. Just wide for Schneemann.
That was almost 3 straight in that same corner pocket, the backhand side of Leigh Jansen. She's left a few there. 2 have fallen, 1 have gone.
15-14.
Oh, Leigh Jansen finding the foot of Lacy Schneemann. What a shot.
Yeah, and look what she does here with her body. She committed to that forehand side. She didn't have enough time to get that paddle to the backhand, so she just pushes those shoulders all the way to the left to be able to get paddle on ball.
You. Me.
Ooh, a great snag by Jansen, just a bit long though, and the Hustlers right back in.
I thought that one was gonna fall. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little nervous for him there.
Anna Bright with the serve to Jansen.
Me. Go. You. Get it.
Schneemann attacking with the backhand, and a fault was called.
Yeah, she's come in hot a few times unsuccessfully. She finally got one, and her foot's on the line. Tough break for Schneemann.
That is a tough break. She was feeling that backhand shot. Here's a replay on the right-hand side of your screen with Jansen serving in real time. All right, Anna Bright extending the point no more.
Yeah, I'm impressed. When they're trying to apply pressure, they're doing a nice job kind of spraying the ball around, trying to find that forehand side of Anna Leigh while also hitting the opposite corner on the backhand side of Leigh Jansen.
Anna Leigh Waters putting an end to any hope there for the Hustlers. Back on top by 2.
Yeah, responding to the Anna Bright, Anna Leigh herself with some energy and some fist pumps and a little come on over to the other side of the net.
Intensity building on the side of the Hustlers. Pulling that shot out of her pocket. How did she hit that angle?
So good, and I want to mention, we've talked about the Leigh Jansen ability to load forehand, and let's be clear, most left side players have to take a majority of the court, not with Anna Leigh Waters. She has the big backhand in the middle, and that is such a relief to Leigh to not worry about the backhand, load up forehand and let it fly.
Yeah, and I love the way, even on the last one, as she's now talking to Leigh Waters, how she dropped those hips too. In those firefights, they try and create more space. So a couple different ways you can do that is a lot of these women will back off the court or back off the kitchen line one step at a time until they feel that ball is high enough for them to then come back and attack. She did another nice job, which is dropping those hips, getting herself an opportunity to get that paddle face open, and she just let the paddle do the work into the cross court.
Such an intense matchup so far. No disappointment here on championship court. The 5's even have their own mascot, I see in the crowd. The clown is lingering there somewhere. I don't know.
It scared me a little bit. I'm not a fan of clowns.
Borderline creepy.
Yeah.
Not sure how much he's getting paid to be here, but hey.
Yeah, apparently that's a real thing, fear of clowns. They made a whole movie about it. Yeah, so
it's a thing.
Oh, did you let her borrow your pants again, Anna? The pants jokes. Never fails. All right, back on court. Leigh Jansen back to serve for the New Jersey 5's. 2 points away from closing in on game number 1. Schneemann and Anna Bright battling to the end.
Lacy Schneemann proving she belongs on this court right here. Look at this firefight, just the recoils and how fast the reaction time is. It's like less than 0.4 of a second in those fights. It's remarkable.
Anna Bright getting the crowd engaged. Lacy Schneemann is feeling it. A backhand punch finish.
Yeah, Lacy Schneemann doing a really nice job. When she gets a little extra oomph on it, and a lot of times it's because she can step forward. You just saw it there. A tiny little bit of a punch and step really gets her into a better rhythm on that backhand side.
Yeah, definitely. And Schneemann, not the biggest competitor out there, but she is a bundle of fast twitch muscles. She's very explosive, not only with her hand speed, but with her movement as well.
So the New York Hustlers knocking on the doorstep, looking to tie this thing up against the New Jersey 5's. Familiar territory for the 5's. They've been in this place before, but Anna Bright, boy, is she electric and so much fun to watch. What do you think is the biggest separating factor for her game and how quickly she's been able to get to this point in her career?
Well, definitely it's the hand speed and also the decision making. So often, you know, those raw tools kind of come to fruition early in your career and you kind of gain some of the letting the ball go or the soft stuff or the decision making. She has been much quicker than most to gain all aspects of the game.
She only started playing in October of 2021. Obviously a prolific tennis background. And that's a huge momentum swinging point for the New Jersey 5's.
A little off pace too is what got it done. Finding that middle.
Anna Leigh Waters throwing her paddle up to the crowd saying, let's go. Schneemann on game point for the 5's. Closes the door on that thought for now.
That's so clutch right there from Schneemann. You could imagine the tightness right here. You're at game ball, and all of a sudden you have the availability to finish one off. That's a very clutch play by Schneemann.
Schneemann will take that back to try and follow it up with the serve. We're frozen on both scores, on both sides.
Go. Go. Me.
Lacy Schneemann is a gamer with that backhand.
Yes, and Leigh Jansen unfortunately couldn't get out of the way. She's very convinced from her reaction that ball was going to sail along, and it probably would have, but you know, when you got fast hands, the ball's coming at you quick, you can't always make that move to escape getting hit.
And it's a 1-point game. You can only earn points on your serve from here on out on both sides. Steps in and changes the trajectory of every point.
And the difference in that counterattack from Schneemann, she was several feet off the kitchen line, wasn't able to get that ball over the net, and that was the difference between those previous counters that were very electric.
Putting her finishing touch on game number 1. The New Jersey 5's one step closer to sealing the victory on this match.
And just take a look at this. I mean, my goodness, Anna Bright felt like she had an opportunity. There was that ball taken out of the air, and Annalie Waters is all over that. Feels like she just kind of miscontacted that and gave Annalie Waters a great opportunity to close.
Right, and it's we've talked about that half second of hesitation, and that's exactly what happened there. It was an obviously attackable ball. She waffled, went back and forth for a second, and it cost her on that particular situation. Half second late in this sport, no good.
That was a 1-point game all the way through. So much fun to watch. The crowd was engaged. We were too. Dominic Catalano standing by with the winners.
All right, I'm with Leigh Jansen, Annalie Waters after a very intense women's doubles matchup. Annalie, I'll start with you. How important is it to get this women's doubles match under your belt with a victory for your team?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been both ways. Me and Leigh, we've won a majority of our women's, and it definitely puts us in a different mindset going through. Our men can really play free and aggressive and not have to worry about, you know, clinching another point for us. But I just want to say that energy was awesome. And one more thing, the 5's don't need cowbells to make sound.
All right, Leigh, and then playing next to Annalie, where she's taking the middle with the backhand. How's that make you feel with your forehand sitting in the middle too?
Oh, it's great. I mean, playing with Annalie is a treat. So, and her backhand is so potent. She kind of reminds me, I feel like I'm playing mixed with Riley Newman right now.
All right, well, congratulations to the 5's. They have a 1-0 victory. We'll see what the Hustlers have for an answer here in men's doubles.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Welcome back to Championship Court. It is time for game number 2 of this showdown in our first quarterfinal round between the New York Hustlers and the New Jersey 5's. The 5's running away with game number 1. It was a close game through and through, and now we have the electrifying combination of Tyson McGuffin and Rafa Hewett, who you see warming up right here on Championship Court for LeBron James's team, the New York Hustlers. And on the other side, they'll be taking on the New Jersey 5's James Ignatowich and Hayden Patriquin, 17 years old. A couple of youngsters on their side. So, Adam Stone, we turn to you for the men's analysis. What are you looking for specifically in this one?
So I am looking for in this one, I've often talked about the lower drafted players. I'm going to talk about Tyson McGuffin in this particular matchup. His previous partnership last year with Riley Newman on the PPA Tour and his current partnership with James Ignatowich puts him on the right side in men's doubles. He will be on the left side in men's doubles in this particular matchup with Rafa Hewett on the right as a lefty. I think McGuffin is very good and underrated on the left. He kind of gets pigeonholed as a right side player. The guy is very versatile and he can play a good left. Can't wait to see what he has for us.
Cameron, anything you're watching out for in this matchup?
One of the things I'm going to be watching for is to see what Rafa Hewett does in terms of dinking, because oftentimes he likes to run around that forehand to find it. There could be some opportunities up through the middle. That's typically what teams have done against them. So it'll be interesting to see if Patriquin and Ignatowich are able to convert on some of those opportunities.
Cameron Irwin, Adam Stone, Michelle McMahon in the booth, Dominic Catalano sideline. That was Hayden Patriquin leading us off with first serve. What a shot for Tyson McGuffin, bumping his chest on point number 1.
Hey, he's making me look good.
Appropriately so.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I talked about him on the left side solid, flips one right into the chest of his current PPA men's doubles partner, James Ignatowich.
Says, partner, you better get ready.
Let him know who's boss.
You know what's funny is I actually talked to both Tyson and James this week because I asked about what they did at the PPA Masters in regards to left versus right, and I have a feeling there could potentially be a switch, and you'll see Tyson potentially on the left.
Ooh, just short for James Ignatowich. The Hustlers will take the point in the serve. Rafa Hewett relies on his energy. MLP, he feels, is made for his style of game. A lot of that being energy.
Yeah, and Rafa Hewett also earlier this month was practicing up in the Pacific Northwest with Tyson McGuffin for a week. So they have not played tournaments together, but they're very comfortable with each other's game.
Firefight. The hands of Hayden Patriquin didn't pan out, but my goodness, the Hustlers coming away with that one.
Yeah, I think Rafa Hewett got pretty lucky on that one. You saw a little bit of a chicken wing there.
And the Hustlers take another break, building their lead to 2. With regards to that practicing out in the Pacific Northwest, I believe you said he got up, Rafa Hewett, at 3:30 in the morning every day to do that. Tyson McGuffin tagging his partner again. James Ignatowich, none too pleased about that.
Yeah, on the forehand side of Tyson McGuffin right there, I like that. This time he speeds up towards Hayden Patriquin and then finds a combo cross court.
Gave that man a third nipple.
That ball lands on the baseline for Tyson McGuffin. It was a mishit, but he'll take it.
Hey, does Tyson play to the crowd? Does he do that, guys?
Nah.
Yeah, no,
Not
none
the
of that.
most electrifying man in sport. No. I'm pretty sure Neil liked that one, though, McGuffin.
So the Hustlers off to a hot 6-2 start. Timeout called on the floor. If you're the 5's right now, how are you regrouping for James Ignatowich and Hayden Patriquin?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of game left, and just a nice start from the Hustlers, some quality play, and a couple fortunate breaks, especially with that awkward counterattack from McGuffin. So they'll be just fine. Stick to the game plan. I don't think that they should really focus too much of veering away from that in these early stages.
Rafa Hewett is the server. Played tennis for most of his life. Tyson McGuffin is hopping along the kitchen line with excitement.
But that was a glorious drop from his partner. He should be celebrating that. That was wicked.
Not that time. The New Jersey 5's catch a break.
Oh yeah, that's the right play though. Rafa Hewett has a great drive. He had all his balance behind him. He was stepping into the court. Didn't clear the net, but I like the decision.
Ignatowich just missing on his drop.
You're good. Swing out. Let's go.
The margin of error is so slim for those shots. Another miss for Hayden Patriquin on the top of the tape. Anna Bright is loud and proud on the sideline, cheering her teammates on.
And Hayden Patriquin just mouthed to himself, Hayden, focus.
Hayden Patriquin, just 17 years old. The young phenomenon. Just falls short for the Hustlers.
Yeah, and I get the idea from Tyson, but Rafa's a big man, but he moves very well. So he should have known that Hewett was going to be there. A little overextension from Tyson.
That ball lands in. Hayden Patriquin finding the backside of McGuffin, waving his hand in the air.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a terrible attack, but it was cross court and it gave too much time to Hayden. Easy counterattack for him with all that extra time.
Love the swag on the 17-year-old Patriquin. Rafa Hewett forces Patriquin into a bad situation that time. Seems to be a theme of experience versus youth in this matchup. Which one will prevail? Ooh, blocked by the post.
And it's getting really tough right now between Hewett and McGuffin. Because Hewett has that big third shot drive, McGuffin is adding a ton of pressure on by getting into the middle of the court.
So active with his feet, McGuffin. Just long for Ignatowich. What'd you think of the early choice?
Oh, and it was, I mean, I like it. It's a nice athletic move, but when you make that move, you're slightly committed, and I think he was a little too overextended on that situation.
So the New York Hustlers, the first team, 2-11. Dominic Catalano is amongst the crowd. Dom, what are you hearing down low?
Well, it's absolutely intense down here. I am sitting amongst the New York Hustler crowd. They have cowbells, signs, everything down here. It's absolutely crazy. But I'm just noticing the swagger on the court from all four of these players is just getting more and more intense. They're feeding off this crowd. So it's absolutely intense down here. I'm amongst it all. It's just absolutely nuts. I love it. The atmosphere is incredible. Got to keep it up.
Best one we've had to date in Major League Pickleball. Cameron, you've been here all week. You can attest to the same.
Yeah, without a doubt, but you have to think back to the Annalie Waters interview after the women's doubles match, and she said, the New Jersey 5's don't need cowbells to make noise. That's
Right.
all I'm saying. You got to look at Tyson's wife right
A very
there.
happy-looking wife.
He likes to call her the Queen Bee.
Yeah. I think she rules the roost.
No doubt about it.
Happy wife, happy life. And speaking of which, Tyson McGuffin, not that he's the wife, but he's back to serve. That was his wife. Tie in there.
See, I would like to see, I have seen almost exclusively dinking from James Ignatowich. I would like to see him challenge Rafa Hewett's hands at the kitchen line. Maybe that could get them, springboard them to a few more points.
What a shot. Hayden Patriquin, authoritative with that forehand.
Yeah, just look at how smooth this is right here. As he steps in, big open, clean close, nearly hits McGuffin right in the hip.
I think it might have grazed
got him?
Yeah, I think it grazed
Returning
him.
the favor for his partner, James. Short that time, so the Hustlers continue to carve out their lead.
Yeah, James looking over at the sideline, just kind of throwing his hands up like, what do I have to do to make one as a third shot?
Long that time, too, so the Hustlers up by 4. Time to regroup for the 5's. Rafa Hewett engaged and enthusiastic on that return.
Just fantastic shape on that ball. That ball dove once it crossed the plane of the net. Not much you could do there.
Such a powerful third shot drive for Rafa Hewett. Hayden Patriquin picking apart Hewett with that angle.
Yeah, beautiful angle from Hayden Patriquin, and to touch on what Cameron said on the previous point. If you're driving a third shot, your opponent's at the kitchen and they're hitting up on the ball, you got a lot of shape on your shot.
Rafa Hewett answers that back with a stare down to finish.
Yes, and he has a very, very good two-handed backhand, one of the best in terms of men in the game. Most use one. He goes for 2, and he's very, very deadly with it.
What a shot. James Ignatowich was loaded up, ready for the pace.
Yeah, definitely. Rafa Hewett, not a terrible decision to go line, but James Ignatowich very there. Hewett hoping that James was leaning to the middle, and he was not.
Rafa Hewett with the finishing touch.
And that's the hard part. At this level, you've got to be able to make sure that ball is coming back. You have to know that when you're speeding up this ball to look like James thought he may have had a winner.
Rafa Hewett, a 2-time MLP champion. Knows what it takes to get there. That one goes long. The Hustlers maximized on energy and intensity. Rightly so, a 7-point lead, the widest gap we've seen all game long. Just falling short there on the third. So the 5's looking to stay alive, rally scoring, anything can happen. We've seen this so many times, how momentum can flip.
A big swing on a big swing. Tyson McGuffin wanted all of that ball right here. Look at this. Look at how far he draws that paddle back. It's hard to tell from that angle, but well behind his hip.
Tyson McGuffin all over the pace, catching Patriquin from behind.
Yeah, one of his best shots is the cross-court forehand. Lots of power from Tyson. And Hayden Patriquin in a good court position to block, but just too much firepower from Tyson.
Hayden Patriquin catching Tyson McGuffin handcuffed.
Yeah, a couple awkward swings there that happens in some of these firefights. As you see Tyson get jammed up and couldn't convert that last backhand. Almost creeped over the net, but didn't.
Wide again for Patriquin.
Yeah, that's all timing right there. Paddle was still not forward enough. He was still swinging through that, and you can see him talking about it right now. Go cross, go cross. Just that big swing trying to go down the line.
McGuffin with the serve to Ignatowich. Oh, Rafa Hewett, that was dirty.
I want to call this like the fling. Look at what he does with this.
I like the aftermath.
Yeah, and I like Anna Bright. Like you just played Anna. This is the guy's turn, all right? She's all the way over on the other side of the court getting them pumped up.
The victory dance after. We should make it a highlight reel of just their celebrations.
I'm sure there's one to come.
For sure. Oh, Tyson McGuffin with a gimme. How'd he miss it?
Too juicy.
The 5s are staying alive, fighting off a game point. Hustlers win back the serve. Remember, they have to win game point on their serve. With a chance to do it right now is Rafa Hewett, the defending two-time MLP champ.
2014.
Oh my gosh, the defense. Oh, how did they miss it? The New York Hustlers literally gave everything they had on defense on that point.
I like the no call in the middle of it. Him going to make that call, going, no, please don't go there. Just wild defensive play.
Such incredible pickleball on display here. Ignatowich taking back the serve. McGuffin wants that point back.
And this is big right here. James Ignatowich speeding up cross court. For him to do that, he's trusting Hayden to close out. And that speaks to the trust of Hayden Patriquin's hands right there.
You're exactly right, Cameron. Often when you make a poor cross-court attack decision, your partner pays the price. But when he's got hands of gold like Hayden Patriquin, you see what happened.
Oh, Tyson McGuffin tags Ignatowich again, this time on less fortunate circumstances.
I just love James' reaction. It's just like, just throws his hands out like, what can you do?
Ignatowich is quite a character himself. Rafa Hewett looking to close in on game point. Ooh, Patriquin just finds the baseline.
Yes, and it was a reasonable let go from Tyson McGuffin, up almost at eye level, but I'm not quite sure that Hayden Patriquin made completely clean contact with that ball, and therefore it drops in.
Ooh, the 5's crawling right back, down by 2. This is where the freeze maybe doesn't work in your favor if you're the New York Hustlers. But now we're both frozen, 20-18. You must win on your serve from this point moving forward. Okay, so things just got interesting, Adam. The momentum was so very clearly on the side of the Hustlers. Now it's seemingly on the side of the Fives. How do you stay calm and counter if you're the Hustlers?
Well, that's a fantastic question at 2018 in the MLP quarterfinals, but you're exactly right. In this format, things can change so quickly, and we've seen a huge momentum shift. Tyson was barking, Hewett was rounding him up, all these things going on, and sure enough, 2 or 3 or 4 minutes later, we're in an extremely tight match. This is big time stuff. You don't get points like this that mean this much in regular tournaments this frequently. MLP really is a special tournament.
So much fun to watch. Leigh Waters very active on the sideline of the Fives. James Ignatowich, Hayden, Patriquin, the youngsters trying to take down the veterans, Tyson, McGuffin, Rafa, Hewett. James Ignatowich has a title to his own name, Major League Pickleball Championship, when he was with the Ranchers last season in Newport Beach. Patriquin loading up on the serve, looking to close in. Those were the hands of Patriquin. Tyson McGuffin just one too many better than Patriquin.
That's exactly right. And we saw Tyson struggle with a couple of those kind of scorpion balls right at his face. But when he's able to come around the ball from shoulder or chest level, way more power and way more consistency.
Rafa Hewett with a chance to win it here. Oh, and the serve goes long. Tough break for the Hustlers.
Oh
the
my.
Fives will take it.
Oh my.
Oh my. That's the only thing you can say. What a shot. Tyson McGuffin keeping Patriquin deep.
Yes, absolutely right. That, I'm not sure which was hit harder, the third shot drive or Tyson's volley, put in a perfect spot in the middle of the court.
Rafa Hewett again with a chance to close. Ooh, a pop-up chance. Ignatowich all over it. Cam, what'd you see?
Great job by James Ignatowich to cover the line right there. Line to line, that's going to come at you the quickest off the paddle of Rafa Hewett. That was a great play from Ignatowich.
18-20.
Tyson McGuffin, too powerful, too quick with his hands.
Yeah, I just love it when he does the bark pump up and his mullet just flops in the breeze. It's just, I mean, that's quality stuff. If you're watching this at home, how do you not love that?
Give this man a hair sponsorship.
The mullet flop.
Rafa Hewett looking to close in on this game number 2. Oh, the ball sails long. The New York Hustlers tie things up. 1 game apiece. Rafa Hewett, Tyson McGuffin. My goodness. Do they have the crowd engaged and wrapped around their finger? Adam Stone, what did you like the most about their performance?
I mean, just incredible energy. Great, pretty sizable lead. Fives come storming back, regain composure, stick with the game plan, make a couple big decisions, and boom, all of a sudden we are tied up at 1.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say as well. They went after Hayden Patriquin. They wanted that head-to-head battle between him and Tyson in terms of those firefights. They liked the odds in the favor of Tyson McGuffin, and I like that they stuck with that.
The 2-time champion in Rafa Hewett and the most electrifying man in sports, Tyson McGuffin, standing by now with our Dominic Catalano. Dom.
All right, boys. 2014, you're up. They make a nice little run to get back in that. Tyson, I'll start with you. What was the difference to put you guys over the edge there at the end?
I got my dog next to me here. Yeah, I just got to feed the dog, right? New York Hustler fans, how we doing? How we doing? Come on, baby. But no, we ran away with it. Happy with how we played. James and Hayden are studs. But I'm not losing to kids. I'm not.
And Rafa, going into this, you want to get that second victory, or that first victory right there, even it up. How important is that for you guys?
I mean, it's big. This is the quarterfinals here. We're not stopping here. Let's go. Come on.
All right, New York Hustlers even things up at 1 apiece, heading into mixed doubles. We'll be right back with those matches right after this.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
I'll give you something, make you shake it, shake it. You better get yourself ready, 'cause I'm about to do my thing. Oh, hey, hey. I'm sitting from the van, now I'm dancing on the half-price. Oh, hey, hey. I'm turning on the dime, now I'm flipping on the upside, upside, upside. I'm turning on the dime, now I'm flipping on the upside.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
Back on championship court, it is time for our first of two mixed doubles games between the New York Hustlers and the New Jersey 5's. The Hustlers are the home team, which means they get to choose who they counter. The New Jersey 5 basically have to lay their hand first with who they're playing in the mixed doubles matchup. So the New Jersey 5's put out Leigh Waters and Hayden Patriquin. And the New York Hustlers countered with Rafa Hewett and Lacy Schneemann. What do you think about that choice?
I think it's a fine choice, and I expect Schneemann and Rafa Hewett to pretty much go crazy in this match. I'm not saying it'll necessarily work out perfectly for them, but I don't expect a lot of dinking and dunking long extended points. I expect them to go for their shots early and often.
Well, I'll give you a little glimpse into the future too, because Lacy Schneemann and Rafa Hewett could be playing several tournaments together on the PPA as well. So this is a partnership we're getting a first look at as you now see the head-to-head between Patriquin, Waters, Hewett, and Schneemann. And I'll also say it's interesting, Patriquin and Waters did a really nice job earlier today. They had switched and had James Ignatowich alongside Leigh Waters in an earlier match, but then they went with this, and it was nice to see this combination. Leigh Waters really liking playing alongside Hayden.
Hewett and Schneemann only have a 29% chance to win, but I bet you Rafa Hewett thrives on being the underdog in this scenario.
Absolutely, and Rafa Hewett has had plenty of success in the pickleball world, but there is no question that his star shines the brightest at MLP in the team format. He really likes the energy, and he plays off it as well as anyone in the game.
Yeah, and now it's going to be interesting too. Rafa Hewett just faced off against Patriquin, right, in men's doubles, in the sense that he's now right in front of Hayden Patriquin because he's a lefty. So you're going to look and see a lot of those line-to-line speed-ups if you can kind of sneak over, cover some of that middle, and pull the ball back.
Leigh Waters will lead us off with first serve. Michelle McMahon, Cameron Irwin, Adam Stone in the booth with you. Dominic Catalano has you covered courtside. First serve is underway for our first mixed doubles matchup. Again, the New York Hustlers, owned by LeBron James and his company, and the New Jersey 5's, Gary Vaynerchuk, Ryan Harwood, the owners there, and this has lived up to what you would think a New York-New Jersey rivalry would look like. And we're new to this format this season, and I think this is the beginning of a beautiful rivalry.
Rafa Hewett, so good.
Oh, Schneemann was there. Rafa Hewett telling her to go around the post.
Yeah, obviously I'm not exactly sure she had the angle. Tough situation off of the let cord. Sometimes you get a little frazzled when that happens, but either way, great break for the 5's.
Didn't have much to work with there. Tie game.
As a note, I mentioned in the women's doubles matchup, Lacy Schneemann is very comfortable on the left side. That's actually the side she prefers. So that's what makes this pairing so great, is playing alongside the lefty of Rafa Hewett.
Great finish for Leigh Waters.
Yeah, I think this is a rare mixed double situation where it could be reasonable to play quite a few balls to the male player. And I'm talking about Leigh Waters. As we see on all of the duper statistics, very skewed in Lee's favor because her duper is so ridiculously high.
She's in a class of her own, Leigh Waters. There's a reason she was the #1 pick. How about that finish? Saucy finish for the 17-year-old.
Hayden knows the shots are going to come his direction. He's doing a nice job getting prepped in each and every time that ball's coming across the net.
The New Jersey 5's have not lost yet in this tournament. They're so far on trend to continue to do the same. This is as close as it gets.
Hayden barking. Just letting her know that was a fantastic drop by him.
Rafa Hewett saved that point, but got a little lucky on that finish there.
Tell you what, I mentioned it earlier. He's pretty fleet of foot for a big man. He really is. He's good when he's scrambling, and he gets himself out of some very uncomfortable situations.
Ball catches the tape, goes long. The 5's regain a 3-point lead. Rafa Hewett packing a powerful punch on that angle.
I would actually consider Rafa Hewett to be a slightly better mixed player than men's doubles player. Very comfortable in this format.
Why is that?
He just plays a big game. So he has sharpened up his soft stuff, but that's usually more of a men's doubles thing. His power, his aggression, that has always been there for Rafa Hewett.
And he gets to take more of the court out of the middle with that forehand on the opposite side.
That ball is long. So the Hustlers keeping things close here on championship court. The Hustlers, the 6th seed. The New Jersey 5's, the 3 seed. This would be an upset. They could get it done here. Schneemann will take back the serve to Patriquin. Rafa Hewett taking over on that forehand, Cameron.
He's just airborne and just showing great discipline. It's easy to let things like that get away from you. Your full body's moving forward. You're up in the air. Did a nice job getting that ball down.
Nice spot from Hayden Patriquin, taking that dink out of the air, taking Schneemann's time away from her, and she paid the price with an error in the net.
Rafa Hewett finding the middle, giving the 5's no option.
Leigh Waters really trying to insert herself into this match right now, trying to cover more and more, getting more aggressive, covering that center line.
Rafa Hewett wants wanted it.
Well, and that's why, is because Annalie Waters is starting to get more and more aggressive towards that center line. There might be some space. And again, it's almost like she's the guy in this situation.
Another deep mistake from Schneemann, and you're exactly right, Cameron. When have we ever said that Rafa is ripping it up the line because the female is squeezing the middle too hard in mixed doubles? It's
such a good point.
Unbelievable.
That is such a good point. Love to see it. Annalie Waters, 16 years old, takes command of whatever offense she can on whatever court she finds herself on. Rafa Hewett with the serve. 2-point game. A way to jam up Rafa Hewett, who looks perplexed. The New Jersey 5's, the first team to 11. The Hustlers hanging in, but Annalie Waters just too powerful. What is she doing that's so impressive to you, Cameron?
Well, you just saw it right there. Not only is it her recoil ability in those hands battles, but it's how she resets her body on each of those contacts as well. She's just so good in the firefight. It's hard to get anything past her, whether it's on her forehand or backhand side. I mean, she's just phenomenal in those.
Yeah, no holes whatsoever in her game, and right there we saw it at right the point before they changed ends. She has just as much inside out backhand power as she does cross court, and that is a huge rarity. You see so many, we talk about Vivian David, unleashes the cross court backhand with tons of power. Annalie can do both.
She sure can, and she does it well.
It's really hard to be able to do that too. With that two-handed backhand, the wrist kind of mobility to be able to do that, and also the hip mobility to be able to get your hands and hips into a posture to be able to rip that up the line. It's just pretty phenomenal from Annalie Waters.
Momentum slightly going on the side of the Hustlers with a nice break there. Schneemann will take back the serve to Patriquin. Patriquin so good on that second backhand chance.
Yeah, very nice. Catching Schneemann, transitioning a little bit up to the kitchen line. She pops up that dink, unfortunately, and Patriquin knows what to do with the pop-up.
To squeak past that one.
Annalie getting a little creative in her own game there. I don't know if anybody saw it in the middle of that rally. She's even giving a little head fake and a bob one direction to try and catch the Hustlers off guard.
Shot for Patriquin.
A little overextension. Definitely something that is just part of the deal in mixed doubles. Seemed like he lost his balance a little bit. Tough error for Rafa.
Annalie Waters just loaded up on that forehand. You cannot go above shoulder height on her.
No. And there's been a couple times that Lacy Schneemann has tried to go up the line at Annalie Waters, trying to keep her a little bit honest, but she's being honest, folks.
Momentum clearly on the side of the 5's. Rafa Hewett looking to counter that. They're an energy-based team, and they need it because Annalie Waters is presenting an extremely tough task for the Hustlers right now. Lacy Schneemann answering back.
Yeah, and I mean, it's maybe very, very slightly jammed, but Annalie Waters pretty much on that shot too. Rips it right into tape. You know, you can't make them all, but where do you go against Annalie? There's nothing you can do.
Rafa Hewett finding the answer that time. But to your point, where do you go?
Yeah, I mean,
where would you go if you're playing in this match? What are you doing?
I guess the best way to go at Annalie Waters is to not hit it to her.
That ball just out of bounds there. Your point.
Yes.
Executed flawlessly.
No, exactly right. But I mean, I know a lot of very prominent male, incredibly successful pickleball players that literally would put Annalie Waters around the top 10 in the men's game. Unbelievable.
That's incredible. High praise for the young 16-year-old. Championship court, the Hustlers are barking again.
It's tough when you're getting those balls back and you're standing at the kitchen line and they're getting floated back and back and back for you. There's so much time to make a decision, right? Where am I going to put this ball? Forehand, backhand, where am I going to locate it as well? And it gets tough after the third, fourth. You get frustrated. It gets a little tight. You start thinking about making an error, and all of a sudden one shows up.
Definitely. I call that the Newman defense, where not necessarily Newman's obviously incredible players, but not necessarily known for their offense. So what happens, played them several times, is you start going for a little bit more, then a little bit more, then a little bit more, and all of a sudden you're trying to paint the lines, and that creates errors, and that's the Newman defense right there.
The Newman defense. The Hustlers looking to embody that. Tie game, 15-15. This game has been awfully shifty. You never quite know which way it's going to turn out. So strategy continues in your mind, Adam, to continue to hit the balls to Hayden Patriquin?
Yeah.
Any specific
Yeah,
place?
I mean, I'm not necessarily going with like a 90% distribution, but I think anything over 50% going to Annalie Waters right now is a mistake.
Yeah. But the numbers would show for that too. Lacy Schneemann back to serve to Hayden Patriquin, carrying the entire pressure of his team on his shoulders. That one goes long again. Tight error for the young Patriquin.
It's a big spot, big moment, you know, it's very difficult.
There he is, Patriquin battling back. That's a huge bounce back point for them.
Attaboy.
Yeah, and Lacy pretty deep in the transition zone right there, trying to swing at that ball. Probably the one to reset.
Schneemann and Rafa Hewett looking to run away with this one.
Yeah, but I like that from Hayden. He did have success earlier in this game on that backhand side of Lacy Schneemann. We saw her with some tight errors as well. So I like that in terms of trying to get him back in this.
Rafa Hewett is not backing down on Hayden Patriquin attacking the body, and it worked.
Yes, exactly right. Third shot drive, fifth shot drive. He had one drop and then two more power shots to seal the deal. That's vintage Rafa Hewett mixed doubles play.
So my next question is, at what point would Annalie consider maybe switching and going on the left?
I think it's very, very reasonable to make that switch at this point. I know it's pretty late in the game, and that's a strong move this late in the game, but you got to do something at this point. I think you're right, Cameron.
Lacy Schneemann, 2 points away. What a shot. Oh. Called, okay. Called good by Rafa Hewett. Originally called it out. Called it good.
Just wishful thinking.
Hayden Patriquin with a huge line shot there. He'll take back the serve, 2 points down. Drops that one into the net, so the Hustlers.
Yeah, I think at this point, I wouldn't even go for too much power at him. I would go soft at Hayden Patriquin. Give him time to think. Give him time to think about it. You're just reacting on the power shots.
The Hustlers the first to the freeze at 20. They must win on their serve, and they do! The New York Hustlers with a 2-1 edge.
And I think Annalise challenging.
What's?
Not sure.
Oh, okay, I see. I see.
Got a challenge.
I was wondering what was happening.
Yeah, so
because what do you have to
The
lose,
funny thing
right?
is Rafa's trying to get handshakes out of Annalise, and Annalise like, we're not done. I want to challenge that call. So there's potential for this to go a little bit longer.
Yes, and this is a really big deal because I think it's pretty clear that Rafa Hewett and Schneemann are the #2 mixed team, and they get the win in that situation. Now we have Tyson McGuffin and Anna Bright coming up. Big-time stuff from the Hustlers.
And that's key because, once again, the New York Hustlers, despite being the 6th seed, they were the home team. So they were able to put their mixed doubles team out second. They obviously had enough faith in these two to potentially get the win, or to have Anna Bright and Tyson McGuffin clean it up for them to push a Dreambreaker in that one. Ooh, and the challenge on the court is this. Is this ball out of bounds?
I think that ball is out of bounds.
It's definitely out, in my opinion.
You guys have been talking about the tennis analogy where the ball obviously changes shape in tennis. It does not with pickleballs. And per the volleyball reference, which is my background as well, the entire ball has to be touching the line. The bottom of the ball has to be touching the line. That ball looks out to me.
And I believe that will be the call.
Just barely. Just
yeah, so if you draw a line right through the center of the ball, that's where the contact point is going to be on a pickleball. So right down the middle right now, that's a great stop frame. Nice job, Boxcar. And you can see that that is just on the outside. And you can also see some green.
Absolutely. So, I believe that was the call on the court. And so the New York Hustlers ultimately victorious. Dominic Catalano standing by with Lacy Schneemann and Rafa Hewett. Dom.
All right, guys, huge victory there. Lacy, I'll start with you. You guys go on an 11-3 run to end it. What a match. What an incredible victory for you guys to go up 2-1. What are you thinking on that run with you and Rafa?
Yeah, you know, Rafa and I are a super fiery team. Obviously, our whole squad is pretty fiery, but, you know, you get a couple points and you get some momentum, and we were able to ride the wave.
All right, Rafa, and you set the table here for Anna Bright and Tyson McGuffin. What's that mean for your team here?
We're just going to go out. We're dogs, and winners win, right? Let's go.
All right, that's all we got here. New York Hustlers up 2-1. 5's looking to push this to a Dreambreaker. We'll have that last and final mixed doubles match for you right here. Don't go anywhere.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No chains could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
We're on upset alert here on Championship Court. The New York Hustlers up 2-1 on the New Jersey 5's, who have yet to lose a match today. A perfect 3-0 on the day for the 5's. Looking to stay alive in this one. Here is the playoff results so far. The journey to the semifinal and championship rounds taking place tomorrow. This is our first of 2 quarterfinal matchups we have this evening on Championship Court. This one right now taking place, the New Jersey 5's take on the Hustlers. The winner will square off against the Seattle Pioneers in tomorrow's semifinal match. And the Florida Smash and Milwaukee Mashers will be squaring off this evening at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time. The winner of that one will take on the unbeaten Los Angeles Mad Drops. The Mad Drops, by the way, have not had to utilize their second mixed doubles team yet in the tournament. They've been that dominant. They've won every single match. 3-0, 3-0. So they don't even know what combination or what that combination looks like. They thought about throwing in that combo and they didn't need to, ultimately. Anyways, just a side note for you. As it relates to this mixed doubles matchup, it's Anna Bright, Tyson McGuffin taking on Leigh Jansen and James Ignatowich. The numbers say that Tyson McGuffin and Anna Bright should win this, but remember, last game, Rafa, Hewett, and Lacy Schneemann only had a 29% chance to win. So, hey, what are these numbers even for? You know, I'm just kidding. But it's interesting for us to talk about nonetheless. In theory, the New York Hustlers could come away with this one, or the 5's could force a Dreambreaker. Either way you have it. What are you looking at matchup-wise in terms of how Tyson and Anna work together against Leigh and James?
Well, I think my X factor for this match is James Ignatowich. He has to play big, and let's not forget a little side dynamic here that James Ignatowich and Anna Bright are special. They're special friends.
In the room.
They're special friends.
Significant others.
Special friends. So that you never know. From what I know of Anna Bright, I don't think she gives a damn. I think
Oh no, I talked to
I think
both.
she prefers this as a matchup. She wants to be
and I talked
fair
to
and square.
both James and Anna this week about how many times they've matched up and which direction it goes, and she says, yeah, we're not keeping a running tally because that could cause some issues. Let's just put it that way. But I do believe Anna Bright has been on the better end of that scoreboard.
You know she's not shying away from this one. Too funny. So many layered storylines here with Major League Pickleball as our journey continues on. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, 9 a.m. will be the first semifinal matchup, then again at 11, and then we'll have the Challenger final taking place in the afternoon at 2 p.m. and the finals will be at 5 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. Championship Sunday. Adam Cameron and myself will be on the call all morning and day. We would love to have you with us. We are thrilled that you're with us now and you've stuck with us all day because the pickleball has been nothing short of incredible.
The king of Instagram right now. See that?
JW
Johnson. He's probably speaking Spanish in that one too.
He's probably posting to that new memes account. Great fire content on there, by the way. Hilarious. All right, Leigh Jansen will kick off our serve for this second mixed doubles matchup. The 5's looking to stay alive. It's win or go home. Tyson McGuffin comes up big. Point number 1. Sun's out, tongue's out. You know the rules.
That's a new one.
I don't know. I just made it up on the fly. Tyson McGuffin with the serve. Goes short there.
Same guy.
Same guy. Tongue not out this time. James Ignatowich will take back the serve on his side to McGuffin. McGuffin tagging the foot of Ignatowich. It's been a tag party for McGuffin. He's just picking what part of the body he wants to hit Ignatowich.
He understands he's playing the next PPA with James.
Yes.
He's hit him 4 times, I think.
Both the upcoming PPA tournaments here in Arizona. Tyson McGuffin. Just not looking back.
A box jump right there in the middle of the celebration. So.
Well, he's probably been doing a lot of that. He's actually been focusing on his fitness that much more. He's got a MMA fighter type conditioning setup.
And one heck of a mullet. That ball is called wide.
You can challenge it. You can challenge it. It was out. It was out. It definitely was wide. It was wide. It was out.
Speculation on the court on whether or not that ball was wide. Will the Hustlers use a challenge or not?
I think Tyson waved it off. Yeah, they're going to save it so early in the game.
This Hustlers team is the 6th seed. This would be an upset if they could get it done here. A loaded ownership group, which we'll get into in just a moment.
Yeah!
Leigh Jansen looking for some controversy.
Ball don't lie, she says, aggressively.
That's a second ball don't lie from Leigh Jansen today.
And both were very aggressive, Cameron.
Where was the eye contact going? That's on the Hustlers bench is what I want to know. A rare miss for Anna Bright. The 5's capturing the momentum.
And just a slight fun fact here. Leigh Jansen was slated to play 2023 mixed doubles with Tyson McGuffin, and Tyson McGuffin is now playing with Catherine Parento. No idea if there's bad blood or not, but it's a possibility.
I like your side notes, Adam. This is insightful. Got the tee. Anna Bright speeds it up. That one goes long. How about that decision? The right time to make that choice?
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly not attack that every time, but I'm fine with it. Maybe a 50-50 distribution. Anna Bright has some very quality speed ups and some great spin, so not a poor decision, but definitely not one I would attack always.
Ignatowich just gets robbed by the net.
And just as another note on the Leigh Jansen, Tyson McGuffin, that happened just a few weeks before the season started. So Leigh Jansen has picked up who will be next on court, and that's Travis Rettenmeyer as a partner to move forward, who is also very fiery.
McGuffin owning that point. Sails long for Jansen. New York Hustlers back on top, 6-5.
Yeah, so 1 out of 2 on the middle attacks from Anna Bright. Really big swing on the lower ball from Leigh Jansen. Tough to come up with that counter and keep it in the court.
Catches the line.
I was going to say, no one reacted, but this was a fantastic shot, James. You were right to celebrate. That was beautifully placed.
It was.
This is fun.
James like, can I get a little love, guys?
Beautiful shot. Tyson McGuffin handcuffing Leigh Jansen in the transition area.
Yep, and we've talked about James Ignatowich occasionally struggling from the back of the court. Incredible threat at the kitchen line, but he's got to clean up that backcourt play.
McGuffin painting the sideline.
But see, I look at...
Oh my gosh. Oh, James was saying Anna Bright runs to the net to let James know there's no way that was out. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is so good.
Okay, but I feel like there was a missed opportunity right there from James in terms of he stepped back to speed up that ball with that two-handed backhand when he could have taken that ball out of the air potentially. That's still a shot he's looking to develop.
Jansen goes line, it's caught up in the net, and the Hustlers steal a 3-point lead.
Yeah, Leigh a little sneaky there, trying to catch McGuffin leaning to the middle. Couldn't pick up that ball and get it over the net. Tough break.
For McGuffin. Anna Bright keeping the 5s backed up to the baseline.
Yeah. Definitely a drive that sailed a little too high. Anna Bright, instead of hitting through the court, was able to hit down on the ball. Nothing Leigh Jansen can do.
Ball is called long. Leigh Jansen not pleased about that. The New York Hustlers, the first team to 11, so we'll have an end change. How were they able to separate themselves on the side of the Hustlers?
Oh, just phenomenal play right now, and a couple loose errors, bad drive by James Ignatowich, and a loose error going for that up the line attack from Leigh Jansen. So just a little bit cleaner from the New York Hustlers. I don't think they're necessarily exploiting something specific, but definitely cleaner play, less unforced errors from the Hustlers right now. The 5s are going to have to clean it up if they want to get back in this match.
What was the difference maker for you, Kim?
I'm sticking the same thing, just as Adam said. Just some loose errors definitely coming to fruition, and those things add up, especially in rally scoring. You might be able to get away with a couple of those inside-out scoring where you have a couple misses, but this, every single point matters, every single rally matters, so you have to be on top of your game on every single contact. So the level of focus to me in this rally scoring, and Hayden, Patriquin even was mouthing to himself, focus, Hayden, focus. There is no opportunity for a lapse in your thinking.
The crowd is amplified here in Mesa, Arizona. The New York Hustlers looking to pull an upset, the 6th seed, taking on the unbeaten 3 seed in the New Jersey 5s. By the way, the Hustlers ownership group, names like LeBron James, Kevin Love, Draymond Green, just to say a couple. Notables on that side. A couple of NBA superstars surely happy to see their team performing in this light.
Anna Bright says yes.
I was just gonna say, a very clear no turned yes situation. Anna Bright coming away victorious in this one.
She wanted the winner. She's trying to pad the stats.
What a finish for James Ignatowich, airborne.
Yeah, reasonably athletic there, James.
I was going to say the same thing. Athletic?
Former Vanderbilt tennis star. Tyson McGuffin just too good.
And a great job of going middle. Tyson often takes that ball fully cross court. James was leaning that way. He takes the backhand up the middle. James late getting around on that one.
Anna Bright wants that one back. Don't count the 5s out yet. We've seen plenty of momentum twists and turns here on championship court, now trailing by 4. Leigh Jansen looking to get her partner going in this one. Ignatowich looking to respond on the serve. couple of unforced errors.
Yeah, just a loose error there. Not exactly sure what happened. Missed that first volley a couple inches wide after a relatively mediocre Ignatowich drive.
Go, go.
McGuffin set up the speed up. Anna Bright was there for the backhand finish.
And she stared down her special friend after that two-handed backhand. This is good stuff.
I wonder who's driving home.
Me, I think.
Perhaps they drove separately for these reasons.
For good reason.
Oh, James Ignatowich put some extra sauce behind that one.
Yeah, very loose.
For his special friend.
Yes, that's right.
Ignatowich looking to pay it off with a 3-point deficit on his serve. McGuffin, the authoritative figure at the kitchen.
We haven't said his name in a few minutes, and I think he knew that. He made sure to get himself inserted into this. Nice reach and close out from Tyson McGuffin.
In his insightful post-game interview after the men's doubles match, he said he refuses to lose to kids. Take that for what you will. Anna Bright staring down Ignatowich on the finish there.
Yeah.
Once again down the line.
And I think that there's something to this. They play pickleball together almost every day, and with this being a mixed doubles match, James is looking to be the aggressor, and Anna's seen it all before. James obviously very quality with his attacks and his speed ups, but she's seen this so much more than a different female on that side of the court. Just another interesting dynamic.
As much as they drill together, too, I asked him, how much time are you guys spending on the court? They do spend a significant amount of time, but there's also a different dynamic where sometimes they do split off, because a lot of times Anna Bright goes, yeah, man, it's hard when they're just continuing to bring the pace at me, but it has showed up in her hand speed beautifully.
It's the Anna Bright fan club in the house. Beast mode, spicy, all adjectives that fit the billing for pretty much every member of the New York Hustlers. No shortage of electricity on their side. Well, especially with the partnership of Anna Bright and Tyson McGuffin.
No, and it's been really talked about throughout the weekend. This gal right here, Leigh Jansen, and the fire she's also been bringing, the conversation, her being super emotive on the court. And, you know, it's funny, one of the lines she told me just this last week is she said, you know, people always talk about being mentally tough, and you look at people out there very stoic, like J-Dub, and that sense of a centeredness out on the court. And she said, this is the best line, you don't have to go out there and basically say nothing and just smile to be mentally tough. And I think that's a great point. She's
Absolutely.
been very tough this weekend.
Absolutely. The more passion, the more fun. There's some passion behind that forehand. Speaking of which, that celebration says it all.
Yeah, beautiful little half Ernie from Leigh Jansen and some great put away power. You know, when you're going for that half Ernie, you're not totally, your feet aren't totally underneath you. So to get that kind of power and kind of an awkward body position, very well done, Leigh Jansen.
That ball sails long for Anna Bright. She feels that one.
Yeah, a couple uncharacteristic first volley misses from Anna Bright off of third shot drives. She's going to have to clean that up because Leigh and James love the third shot drive.
Momentum building for the 5's. McGuffin putting an end to that momentum peak.
And have we discussed the switch we're seeing on the side of the New Jersey 5's? Leigh Jansen now on the left and Ignatowich on the right.
Why would they make that
You
maneuver?
can do it out of a timeout, which is what they did.
And James Ignatowich tags Tyson McGuffin. Dive into the strategy there. Why would they do that?
Great point, Cameron. I don't know how I missed that. Leigh Jansen really prefers the left side with her dinking and her soft stuff. We obviously saw her play the left side with Annalie Waters earlier. Very good call, Cameron.
That ball is long, well called by Anna Bright.
That's well set up by Anna Bright. She's dinking middle, dinking up the line, and then finds the opportunity as James is squeezing middle to push one ball wide.
Anna Bright with a serve to James Ignatowich. That ball is wide, and so the Hustlers up by 5, 2 points away from a match victory.
And I think this is where it gets fun, right? How well can you problem solve when you have the switch in front of you? How do the patterns shift and change? And that's really what the Hustlers are having to face right now.
Just shy for Tyson McGuffin.
Yeah, and I think he had an opportunity to attack, and maybe the fact that they switched and put James Ignatowich in front of him was in the back of his mind. He went for a soft shot, threw off his rhythm, created the error.
Just short for Ignatowich. I wonder who the brains behind that change.
That's a great question.
Well, they've got Leigh Waters on the sideline. I wouldn't be shocked if that was one area.
For now, Anna Bright looks to capitalize with match point on her paddle. Leigh Jansen says no to that thought for now. Taking back the serve and the point. The Hustlers frozen at 20. They can only win this on their serve. So Ignatowich brings it back to Anna Bright. Anna Bright finding a way to get the serve back on her side. James Ignatowich exacerbated at that miss.
Yeah, that was the definition of overextension from James Ignatowich with the backhand, with his partner sitting right there with her forehand ready for a soft opportunity.
Match point for the Hustlers. Woo-hoo. Easy put away for James Ignatowich. Anna Bright almost got that.
Yeah.
What an incredible sequence we've seen. So the Fives inching their way back in. Down by 3. Hustlers frozen on 20. And we have a 2-point game.
Double freeze.
This is what it's all about. The double freeze.
Have we noted the freeze graphic in the backdrop? Beautifully done, Major League Pickleball.
So the New York Hustlers had the momentum once again stolen from them by the Fives. Leigh Waters and Leigh Jansen discussing it all over on their side. What's the strategy? They're resetting, obviously not too much to dive into.
Yeah.
What are you thinking they're going to do to counter what McGuffin and Anna Bright have done so far?
It's just kind of lock in, for the Hustlers to kind of lock in after that switch, think about the different patterns and the different situations. But there's been multiple times that we've talked about it throughout this tournament. When it gets to 2018, you don't want to be too specific.
Yeah.
You have to go with what got you there, and you have to execute. So, I mean, this, mentioned it so many times, I hate to be a broken record, but these are special moments that you don't get on the regular tour, and you can the energy and the tension is palpable out there on the court.
Well, and I was curious at this timeout if Anna Bright and Tyson McGuffin maybe considered also making a switch to their lineup, putting Anna Bright, as she is so solid on that left side, but I don't think that's definitely going to be their equation for success, with Tyson doing a really nice job right now.
Yeah, hard to pull that trigger at 2018.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
But reasonable thought.
And that switch was crucial, though, for the momentum. As you pointed out, Cam, James Ignatowich looking to close the gap here and come back in this one. Ooh, Tyson McGuffin, high backhand into the net. 1-point game on championship court.
I mean, he had what he wanted. He was hitting down on a ball with both of his opponents at the kitchen line. That's what you dream of. Just caught the tape, though, Tyson McGuffin.
Go. Ooh, James Ignatowich igniting his partner on that one. Anna Bright thought she had it, and we are all locked up at 20 points apiece. And this is where it gets interesting, right? Those middle dinks right now, James is coming over with one of his, I think, best shots, was that two-handed backhand. So anytime he's getting pushed middle, he wants to rip that ball right at Anna Bright.
And we talked about how easy it was for Leigh to load forehand with Leigh Waters. Same exact situation on the left side here with James Ignatowich.
Owner Gary Vaynerchuk on his feet, as is the rest of the rallied up crew for the 5's. Big fan base behind them. Ooh, Ernie attempt for Leigh Jansen. Just shy. Do we like the attempt?
I mean, it's obviously a high-risk, high-reward situation, as she was overextended, and that dink a little bit more to the middle than line. I don't hate it. I like that she went for it and decided to go big, but tough break there.
Serve returns to the Hustlers. Anna Bright just enough to put Leigh Jansen in an exposed position.
And to be fair, now that you're at that side out scoring, you feel like you can take some more chances when you do have that serve.
It's a great point.
Yeah, we've seen it. Leigh on the left, almost exclusively forehands. Anna Bright found the backhand. Great job, Anna.
Tyson McGuffin with match point on his paddle. Ooh, James Ignatowich just too powerful for Anna Bright to handle that tap.
Everyone was holding their breath on that return from Leigh Jansen, because that is about as close as it comes to the baseline.
The oohs and the ahs from the crowd were hilarious. I heard them through my headphones.
We could go all day potentially with this matchup. Ignatowich trying to tie things up on his side. And he won't. Misses that one, high tape. So the Hustlers with another chance to win this one. Rafa Hewett on the court, trying to fire up his team. McGuffin, match point. Ooh, Anna Bright goes wide. She wanted it. They all do. The intensity continues to build here on championship court.
Anna Bright just barely pushing that ball wide of the court on that forehand side. She felt like she had so much space. Got a little too much.
You can literally hear a pin drop in the middle of these points. That is how intense it feels here at Talking Stick Resort Championship Court. Leigh Jansen goes for it that time.
And I wonder if Tyson stepping to his left and going for that Ernie made her think she had a window in the middle. It's tough from the back of the court with how explosive these athletes are. Probably the wrong decision there from Leigh.
Tyson McGuffin, once again, match point. that ball is long. And another match point fended off by the 5s, who are hanging on in this matchup by a thread.
Well, and this is interesting too, because you're allowed to coach throughout these games. Leigh Waters keeps going back to the baseline to both Leah as well as James Ignatowich and giving them tidbits.
And I read Annalie's lips. She said drop. She said drop, not drive in this situation.
Leigh, right?
Leigh, Annalie ran over as well. They both did.
Oh, they both did.
They both
Okay.
did.
Speed up a 10-1 by James Ignatowich.
21 all, and it's the same pattern we've seen off the bounce from James Ignatowich. Anytime he can get past that center line and heads up with Anna Bright, he's taking that two-handed backhand right at her and finding a beautiful combo.
I want to know who the heck called this switch. What a call.
Massive call.
James Ignatowich, such a gamer, lives to be in these moments.
Go!
Oh, ATP attempt gone wrong for James Ignatowich.
Oh, very, very ambitious in that spot.
He didn't have enough pace on that.
Oh yes, I'm not sure the angle was there. He probably hit that 6 to 8 inches to the left of the pole. Really no shot for that ATP from James Ignatowich.
Tyson McGuffin with the serve. Ooh, Anna Bright called that one maybe going out of bounds. And so, serve returns to the 5s. What do you think, Adam? Was that ball going long?
I have no idea. Anna Bright thought so, but either way, Tyson hit that at about 80 miles an hour, handled by the 5s.
Ooh, Anna Bright goes long. She's feeling that one. So the plot thickens.
Yeah,
The New Jersey 5s with game point on their side looking to push a Dreambreaker.
Yeah, and I think it was the right choice. James left that dink up. Anna Bright just sailing it long, looking over at Cameron. She's saying maybe re-switch the initial switch, you know?
I don't know. Or maybe on the side of the Hustlers.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Re-switch after the 5s made their switch, they can counter.
James Ignatowich pops that one out of bounds. He's in disbelief. This game is wild.
Unless they want to stick in the pattern, the one thing that has been working for Anna Bright is getting that ball pushed all the way to the forehand side of James Ignatowich from time to time.
So the Hustlers look to tie it up here. There's the ATP Ignatowich was looking for, flawlessly executed.
So she was looking for it, but put a little bit too much pace on that top spin roll, gave plenty of angle there, but definitely trying to find that pattern that they only had really success at this point on the switch.
Leigh Waters active once again, giving the same feedback. You have to be patient. You have to drop. That's the encouragement. Do you agree?
Oh, no, that's completely fine. I think right now, after that switch of sides from Ignatowich and Leah Jansen, I think get to the kitchen line however the heck you can do it, because that pattern is working for them right now.
Yep.
If it drops the best way to do it, do it. Don't even deal with a great punch volley from your opponents. Just drop and get in.
The 5s are looking for some singles. Game point on their side. Oh my goodness. That ball was a millimeter away from going over the net. And serve returns to the Hustlers. How much do nerves play a factor at this point in a match, Adam?
Yes, that's all I'm going to say to that. Yes, they do.
How much, though? It's like every single time you touch a ball.
almost moving back as he was hitting that last ball. And to answer your previous question, Michelle, everyone gets tight. I don't care what you say, some more than others, though, that's for sure.
That's what separates the best of the best. Oh, boy. All right. Game point returns to James Ignatowich. His team looking for a Dreambreaker, and they've got some stellar talent in singles. A huge part of their draft strategy. Tyson McGuffin taking a breath. An easy put away for him. So the Hustlers looking to gain some momentum. What do they need to do to get back to what brought them here?
I would say probably be a little less tight on some of these shots, as you brought up earlier.
Oh, a rare miss for Anna Bright, who does not normally miss those drops. But the 5's looking to capitalize here. Leigh Waters. Leigh Waters is emphatic with her advice. She is making it her mission to get through to these two.
She's giving them the crazy eyes.
James Ignatowich, Leigh Jansen with game point on their side. New Jersey 5's reaction says it all. Gary Vaynerchuk on his feet. Ryan Harwood in celebration. It's not even over yet. We still got one more game to go. Oh my gosh, everybody take a breath. That was intense. The New Jersey 5's finding a way, some way, somehow, to come back in this one. Even when their backs were against the wall, everyone thought the New York Hustlers were going to pull this one out.
That switch was so critical because that pattern got them into some major successful areas. That two-handed backhand speed up and close by James Ignatowich was a thing of beauty. I hope Dom is able to maybe ask who came up with that switch.
We have to know who was behind the legendary switch. Dominic Catalano standing by now with James Ignatowich and Leigh Jansen before they get set for the Dreambreaker. Dom.
All right, guys, first and foremost, we really want to know who was behind the switch, because you guys were down by 6, 2014 timeout, and you guys switched sides. You went to the right, and Leah went to the left.
Yeah, I'm playing the right with Lindsay Newman next weekend, so I kind of just wanted some rec practice. Just kidding. I like playing on the right. Obviously, I've always said, I love watching Riley Newman play. I love the way he does it. And seeing him play mix on the right made me want to kind of mess around with it in practice. So I'm actually pretty familiar with doing it. And it's kind of an option, and we took it, and it worked.
This momentum, Leia, going into the Dreambreaker, you guys fought off 7 match points. You guys were done at that point if you would have lost one of those points. You fight them off. How much momentum does that give you guys going into the Dreambreaker?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're thinking about it now. The last thing I would want to be doing is playing the Dreambreaker. So we're just going to try and ride this wave and really refocus on the next game.
All right, well, congratulations. 5, take that one. We're 2 apiece. Going to the Dreambreaker. Back to you, Cam.
Thanks so much, Dom. My goodness, this has been a wild series between the New York Hustlers and the New Jersey 5's. And remember, the Hustlers were the home team, so they got to play their cards last on the mixed doubles. So now they have to play their hand first when it comes to the Dreambreaker. So we will determine which order this will go in. Remember, this is singles. Every player gets a chance to play 4 points. And the New York Hustlers have to come out and display their order, to which the New Jersey 5's will counter with theirs. Based on the strategy so far, the 5's are all over it. And they're also pretty good at singles. They have a lady named Annalie Waters on their side. And part of the draft strategy, according to Ryan Harwood, was for these moments in singles, when it's all on the line, win or go home situations. So, do the New York Hustlers have a chance in this one against the 5s in singles? And if so, why?
Absolutely. And first off, I want to say, how in the heck did James Ignatowich avoid answering that question?
He didn't answer the question. I want to know whose thought it was.
Yes, yes. So, yes, no, this is absolutely true. And
he's a ninja out there with those questions.
And I think throughout this weekend, we have seen some holes in singles lineups, maybe a sacrificial lamb or two, putting your weaker player against their best. I don't see that happening. These are very balanced rosters with singles, and absolutely the New York Hustlers can win this. Rafa Hewett, very solid singles player. Tyson McGuffin, very good. Anna Bright, Lacy Schneemann. There is not a weak link here, even though on paper you have to give the slight edge to the 5s with the #1 and the #2 female singles player in the world.
Well, and not just that, they're 3 for 3 in Dreambreakers. They went 3-0 after 3 Dreambreakers in the group round 2. So you want to talk about some grittiness, clutch play, and experience in that regard. Right now, it's on the side of the 5s.
They are battle tested, and the lineup is as follows. For the New Jersey 5s, it will be Annalie Waters against Tyson McGuffin for the Hustlers. Then it will be James Ignatowich against Rafa Hewett. Then Hayden Patriquin against Anna Bright. Then followed by Leigh Jansen to Lacy Schneemann. That is the sequence of events and the order declared for the singles.
Oh my God. The whole time you were reading that, Michelle, my mouth was wide open. I cannot believe this. Annalie Waters versus Tyson McGuffin.
We've been waiting for this.
This is electric. I can't. Oh my gosh. Oh.
This is what we play for. Major League Pickleball. Remember that saying? There's nothing else like it.
Because there
When
isn't.
else are you ever going to get a matchup between Tyson McGuffin and Annalie Waters in singles? That's what makes this event premiere amongst the rest, and we are here for it all. Who needs the second quarterfinal matchup to start at 5:30 when you've got a Dreambreaker to play? We'll be here with you all night long as it takes to get a winner. Remember, winner of this one punches their ticket to the semifinals tomorrow morning.
And so I apologize. I apologize. Who set the lineup first? So who was the
New Jersey 5s.
They set. Okay, gotcha. Okay. This is
No, sorry. The Hustlers were the home team. So
okay,
they had to set their roster first.
Annalie wanted Tyson.
Yes.
Annalie wants Tyson.
Annalie wanted Tyson.
Baby, this is
Because
spicy.
The New Jersey 5s had the option in mixed doubles, or had to lay their hand first in doubles. I freaking love that. Annalie Waters, 16 years old, #1 overall draft pick. She says, who's the top singles guy? Give it to me. I want him. What other sport do you see that in? None.
There you go.
None.
That was
Zero.
my answer.
Still none. Rhetorical question, but.
And this is something everyone's been talking about, right? For however long, the question has been, where does Annalie Waters stack up on the men's side? Just out of curiosity, right? This woman has 8 Triple Crowns to her name in 2022 alone. Like, she is the queen of singles, women's doubles, mixed doubles. She's the queen of it all. And everyone wants to know, can she compete with a top 5 man in singles?
I'm willing
find
to
out.
say yes.
And one of the other interesting things, too, is as we've watched these Dreambreakers kind of unfold, it's a little bit unorthodox, right? Because you play 4 points, and then you have to sit for how many until you get another opportunity? Like, that's taking some time and some rhythm away from you. So you're coming out cold, you're coming out hot, and it is really, really challenging to build rhythm in that regard.
Keep in mind, guys, we're only in the quarterfinal rounds here. Can you imagine what the level's going to be like in the semifinal, knockout rounds, and the championship?
This is the quarterfinal.
We have one more, by the way, after this one. This is not even close to the end for us tonight. Remember the Florida Smash and the Milwaukee Mashers on right after this, the 4 and the 5 seed.
There's a real athlete down there, Rafa Hewett, chugging a Coca-Cola Classic.
Of Rafa Hewett drinking a Coke right now.
That's how they do it on the farm. That's what he tells me. Coca-Cola Classic all day long.
Fueled by Coca-Cola. No Gatorade for him. Just energy. Pure caffeine. All right, here we go. Anna Leigh Waters kicking us off with first serve. Her predetermined opponent, Tyson McGuffin. Goes short that time. McGuffin will take the break. How much is on the line for him in this one?
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's kind of a lose-lose situation, but you know.
Tyson McGuffin holding court so far with his 2 points. The Hustlers with a 2-0 lead. How about that finesse finish for Anna Leigh Waters?
Reasonable return from Anna Leigh Waters as she paints both lines.
Right in the corner.
Anna Leigh Waters splits the difference. 2 points for her, 2 for Tyson.
That's big time right now, getting a push between Tyson McGuffin and Anna Leigh Waters.
Huge.
It's also interesting, too. Tyson McGuffin just went with a slice return. We saw Simone Jardim pick up several points in a Dreambreaker while returning and multiple balls with a slice.
Good point, Cam. James Ignatowich now squaring off against Rafa Hewett for their 4 points. That ball is wide. Rafa Hewett will take it. Fueled by Coca-Cola, no shortage of energy on his side. How will he sleep? We don't know. Oh, what a line shot. Clean winner. Down the line, my goodness.
Yeah, great ball from Hewett, and I pretty much consider this matchup a complete push, in my opinion.
A thing of beauty. James Ignatowich countering with perfection on that two-handed backhand.
When you get into it, it doesn't even feel like cat and mouse at that point. That's just like pure firefight in singles. You're like,
oh my gosh, I love this so much. It's so fun to watch. James Ignatowich tying it up, 4 points apiece.
well, and that's a testament to James Ignatowich's frame right here. One of these balls was beautifully struck by Rafa Hewett into the cross court, and that length of James Ignatowich saved him.
So Patriquin matches up against Anna Bright. The Fives have the pick on how they matched up. Anna Bright goes wide, but what a shot from Hayden Patriquin.
He just cuffed that. I don't know. I thought that was going to be a clean winner. Cuffed that, wrapped it back around. I'm looking at Corinne Carr's face over here, and she's stunned. That's how good that shot was.
Just shy for Anna Bright, trailing down by 2 points.
Just needs one.
Hayden Patriquin, 17 years old, holding court in singles. That ball is long, and so Anna Bright gets a break.
Yeah, and remember, a push is a win for the Hustlers in this specific situation, so to get that one is fantastic. Let's see if she can go for the 2 for 2.
Anna Bright with a clean winner.
And Michelle, I was about to say, I like Hayden returning to the middle to not give her a target on a pass. She doesn't care. She stripes the winner either way.
She doesn't need angles.
So far, no one has been able to create an edge. Here's the next matchup. Lacy Schneemann against Leigh Jansen, who is an excellent singles player. That ball wide for Schneemann. This could very well be the difference maker for the Fives.
7-6.
Leigh Jansen with a clean winner that time. And how do you beat her if you're Lacy Schneemann? Can you?
Oh, no, absolutely she can. And we talk about it all the time. 4 points at a time, anything can happen. But Schneemann got to look for those big forehands.
There she is. Lacy Schneemann gets one. Now she's looking for two.
Very nice volley from Lacy Schneemann, but you could even see on that backhand approach, just a little, not quite as smooth as that forehand. I expect her to continue to look for that big forehand.
Oh, called long. Lacy Schneemann went for it, and you almost have to in that situation.
Right, and you see she was stepping to her left, really looking for that forehand, but didn't quite get her feet in perfect position to line up for that forehand pass attempt.
A crucial edge for the 5s as we return to the first rotation. Annalie Waters, Tyson McGuffin. Annalie Waters holding court in singles.
Oh my God.
Annalie Waters just twisted up Tyson McGuffin.
Tyson McGuffin finds his angle there, but this is incredible. Annalie Waters and the gumption she possesses is unbelievable. Just wide for Waters.
Ooh, and Tyson's not moving all too well, you guys. After this one, something was bugging him a little bit. He started shaking out his right leg.
Not ideal timing for that. What a shot. Cleaning up on the forehand was Tyson McGuffin.
Yeah, definitely Tyson's best shot in singles is the inside-in forehand. Yeah, you're right, Cam. That's a great eye. He is something's happening. I'm not sure if he's cramping or what.
Yeah, that left leg right now is not looking good.
James Ignatowich throwing up the hand, an apology.
Yeah, it was a definite miss hit right here from James Ignatowich, but nonetheless, still got a paddle on it.
Yeah, Tyson, known as a cramper a little bit in some of his earlier years. His fitness has really raised. So I'm not sure if it's possible pulled muscle, cramp, or what.
We've got Dom down there telling me right now, yeah, he's potentially cramping. That's one of the issues.
Get this man a banana. And the New Jersey 5s, the first team to 11, so we have an end change. Dominic Catalano has an update. What do you got, Dom?
Yeah, it is Tyson. He is cramping right now. That left calf, he's being very ginger on. He came over and looked at the sideline and goes, yeah, I'm cramping.
Rafa Hewett finds a nifty angle on that shot. Tie game.
Yeah, fantastic angle created from Rafa Hewett. He needed Hewett.
And I will say that was great disguise right there from Rafa Hewett. Both of those strokes looked identical. One cross court, one up the line. That was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, Rafa Hewett, so good on both wings. He's got a big two-handed backhand and a big forehand, obviously, from you see right there.
Rafa Hewett's determination and drive unmatched on display in this one. What a turn of events here in favor of the Hustlers. Now we turn to our next combination. It's Anna Bright against Hayden Patriquin. Anna Bright comes out early. What'd you like about that choice?
Well, it was fortunate for her that Hayden Patriquin's return was so short. Great job of her getting up to the ball and putting that backhand up the line.
Anna Bright with the let's go, walk up, eye contact. to Hayden Patriquin. And the Hustlers find themselves with a 4-point advantage. Anna Bright has her own fan section in the crowd. She takes back the serve. Hayden Patriquin finding a way to drop that one in.
Yeah, not putting too much on that so that it allowed Anna to get back into position off the bounce there.
Anna Bright with the two-handed backhand line drive. What a beauty.
I'm just saying incredible stuff. Just incredible shot making from Anna Bright. Hayden did nothing wrong except for that initial short return on the first point. Everything else was just too good from Anna Bright.
Yeah, she's just reading that like a book. Opened up one opportunity and just absolutely executed.
Next on the rotation, Lacy Schneemann, Leigh Jansen. This is a tough rotation for the Hustlers.
They put themselves in a very good position, though, with this advantage going into this rotation.
Wide for Schneemann.
Yeah, just tailing away from the court with that side spin, getting inside the ball on that inside-out forehand attempt. Ball carrying just a little too far, a few inches wide.
Leigh Jansen is just too good in singles.
Yeah, very.
She's a step ahead every time.
Very crisp volley, short compact stroke. Just looked like another day at the office for Leigh Jansen.
Schneemann needs one. Can she get it here? Tough miss for Lacy Schneemann. How about Leigh Jansen tying things up for the New Jersey 5's, the team that just will not die. You can't count them out of anything. How many times have they been down, up, here, there, everywhere?
Well, and these top three rotations in the last round went the direction of the New York Hustlers, so they again have put themselves in a very good position.
Now it's back to Annalie Waters and Tyson McGuffin. Annalie Waters with a clean winner. Just bumping her chest.
She just tried to do a Tyson McGuffin right there, bumping her own chest, doing a full impersonation of Tyson McGuffin. You want to get feisty? Yeah, Annalie Waters, you gotta love it.
You want Annalie Waters with two clean winners. That ball is called out of bounds though by the Hustlers. Annalie Waters looking for confirmation.
Ball was called out of bounds.
I think Rafa Hewett telling Annalie Waters it was out. That'll really help her.
I saw it. It was out of bounds.
Okay.
The same guy who made sure to get the handshake before the video challenge had been completed.
Oh yeah, that is.
That same guy.
Yeah. That's clear out.
Yeah, that's several inches out. No real.
They used it. They can't take it back. They used it.
Oh, so now this is the question. So the video challenge had been called, then it was shown on screen here on the Talking Stick Resort Championship court. And so then now they're trying to take the challenge back so they can maintain it, but you cannot take back the challenge.
That is a huge deal, an absolute huge deal, and you're exactly right. There's no way they can let them take the challenge away. Right, so we have confirmation from our referee up in the booth with us that once they initiated that challenge, they have to take it. The Jumbotron cannot influence that decision.
So that challenge must be taken.
And so their challenge would be gone, and
I mean, very reasonable that it doesn't come into play, but if it does, wow, what a big deal.
they will lose their challenge. No more challenges left on the side of the New Jersey 5 since that was unsuccessful. Had it been successful, they would have been able to keep that challenge. So we continue in this rotation. Oh, Anna-Leigh Waters, have yourself a game.
She hits the let cord and she doesn't stay back. She just charges forward kamikaze style.
No fear.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely no fear. That's what it looks like to trust every ounce of your game.
And just like that, the New Jersey 5's on top, 18-17. Tough miss for Waters, but what an incredible sequence for her. 3 clean winning shots. So, Rafa Hewett with the pressure on his shoulders against James Ignatowich.
This is what Rafa Hewett loves. He lives for this moment. Let's see what he's got.
Pressure is on both sides. James Ignatowich, coming up big.
I like the decision. James stayed really steady right there. He could have done a lot with that ball. Instead, he finds the short angle, doesn't do too much.
Right, and Rafa Hewett kind of started to come in, then retreated. I think that decision with court positioning cost him in that situation. Sometimes that's your only option. I tell you what.
Sometimes that's your only
James
option.
Ignatowich has electric hand speed, but that man has been hit several times in this match.
And right now, he just, did you see that? He just hit the ball away from him. He's like, no, you got to go chase this one, buddy.
Tie game once again. Oh my. We're not having any fun here. Rafa Hewett trying to be the hero, and so far, he's accomplishing that.
I mean, he tested James Ignatowich on every edge right here, every step of the way. Just perfect placement from Rafa Hewett. Just wicked play.
The man that thrives on momentum and the energy of Major League Pickleball with the match on his paddle. That ball is long, and the New York Hustlers have punched their ticket to the semifinal round, and Rafa Hewett is in full celebration, rightly so. What a Dreambreaker finish. Dramatics, theatrics, excitement. We had it all on championship court. What did you just see, Adam Stone?
I can't even shut my mouth. It's wide. I can't believe what I just witnessed. I've never seen a match so close throughout. I mean, just incredible play. And what did I say earlier about Rafa Hewett star shining the brightest at MLP? Another perfect example of that. The man is clutch, and at this point, you cannot say anything differently.
Well, and I think the Hustlers, too, to their point, everybody has been talking about the Dreambreakers from the New Jersey 5's and how good they are at singles. They're like, hey, we're still here too, folks. We're still right here.
Oh, my goodness. Rafa Hewett, the team hero for the New York Hustlers. They weren't projected to make it this far, nor were they projected to make it to the semifinal. Not if they had to say anything about it. So, Anna Bright, Rafa Hewett, Tyson McGuffin, and Lacy Schneemann are victorious, and they are moving on to the semifinal round tomorrow morning as we send it down to Dominic Catalano with the winners.
You want to talk about grit and determination? Let's go back to group play. You guys are down 0-2. You needed to win. You win, you go 1-2, you get into this match here, and you pull this out. Lacy, what's that mean to you?
Oh man, my team really pulled through in that Dreambreaker. We we had a tough loss yesterday in the first round, losing in a Dreambreaker after we were up 2-0 after gender. But and obviously some tough breaks with our match points in the mix today. But the team pulled through. Really, Rafa clutched it up in that Dreambreaker. Thank you, Rafa.
And Tyson, you guys had 7 game points in that second mixed doubles match. How do you regroup and get back in this Dreambreaker and then win it?
All it takes, Rafa, is 1 match point. This guy's a dog. This guy's a dog. Anna and I couldn't do it off of our 7. That's the second time that's happened in the last couple of days, so it's not going to happen again. But Corey, let's go, baby. New York Hustlers, we're going all the way. Light work all day. Now we're going home.
All right, New York Hustlers moving on to the semifinals tomorrow. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, our next semifinal here on a championship court.